Anemia. Anemia is a condition in which the body lacks red blood cells. Red blood cells travel through the body along with hemoglobin and iron to transfer oxygen throughout the bloodstream and to the organs. Anemic patients receive a lack of oxygen throughout their body due to the lack of healthy blood cells. Causes of anemia include blood loss, lack of red blood cells, and high rates of red blood cell destruction. Here's a visual of anemia. As you can see, a normal person has many red blood cells and a normal hemoglobin, whereas an anemic patient has fewer red blood cells and a low hemoglobin. There are over 400 different types of anemia. These types are broken up into sections, which include anemia caused by blood loss, anemia caused by blood cell destruction, and anemia caused by lack of blood cells. Examples of the different types of anemia include sickle cell anemia, iron deficiency anemia, thalassemia, vitamin deficiency anemia, and aplastic. Symptoms of anemia include fatigue, decreased productivity, dizziness, lightheadedness, shortness of breath, yellow skin, cold hands and feet, heart attack, change in stool color, spleen enlargement, and muscle pain. Anemia affects around 6% of the U.S. population. It affects mainly women, young children, and people who live with long-term diseases. It affects 1.62 billion people globally. If left untreated, a person may experience severe fatigue where they will lose motivation to complete daily tasks. Anemia can lead to irregular heartbeats, and in the long run, it will lead to heart failure. Sickle cell anemia can cause one to experience life-threatening complications. Some types of anemia can't be prevented, but iron deficiency anemia and vitamin deficiency anemias can be prevented. By eating iron-rich foods, foods rich in folate, foods rich in vitamin B12, and foods rich in vitamin C, one can work towards eating a healthy diet, which in turn prevents these types of anemia. There are also herbal treatments such as Justicia carnea available. In a mouse model of anemia, mice were compelled by acute exercise. During this experiment, young adult male mice performed an acute exercise through a period of electrical stimulation. The researchers extracted blood from the mice's tails to detect the results after exercise. The experimenters discovered that the red blood cell count and hemoglobin concentration of the mice after exercise was lower than that of the mice without the stimulation. It was found that the red blood cell count in the model mice increased than that of the normal mice. These results present the success of an anemia model by compelled exercise. This is beneficial in that it supports that exercise has a positive impact on several blood-related factors. The researchers in this experiment are Jinhua Wang, Jihong Yang, and Guanhua Du from the Chinese Academy of Medical Science, and Qingsha Shanglu and Jian Kui from the National Research Center for Chinese Minority Nationality Medicine. These discoveries were publicly announced on December 4th of 2009. In another experiment, the effect of Beta vulgaris leaf extract, or beet leaves, on phenylhydrazine-induced anemia model rats was being tested. The rats were injected with phenylhydrazine to develop hemolytic anemia in the rats. The rats were divided into 5 different groups, each receiving either ferrous ascorbat and folic acid, the Beta vulgaris extract, or they were left untreated. Blood samples were obtained every 4 days of the experiment. The experiment revealed that the beet leaf extract was successful in restoring the levels of red blood cells, white blood cells, hemoglobin, and hemocrine in doses. The research was beneficial in that it found that Beta vulgaris was a good natural source to treat anemia and its side effects. This research is life-changing in that it provides us with evidence for a new route to take when treating anemia. Thank goodness for mice. The researchers who conducted this phenomenal experiments were A. L. Mahmoudi and I. Jeeth. These results were publicly announced in August of 2018. The mice benefited anemia research by providing researchers with the best form of accurate retrieval of information on the successes of an anemia model by compelled exercises and the success of Beta vulgaris leaves treating anemia conditions. I personally have iron deficiency anemia. It has affected how I live, my strength, and my productivity levels, but I've made changes to my eating habits and I've begun to see differences. Anemia can be hard to deal with as it changes you completely, but to overcome it, you must accept it and make changes to how you live. Thank you, mice, for allowing new changes to occur.